Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and today I'm going to demonstrate for you the basic standing overhead press, or as it's oftentimes historically just called the press. But with so many different presses out there, we've had to increase the length of the name. Now the form I'm going to demonstrate for you guys is a basic form. This is just basic textbook form, and different people are going to find as they get more advanced that certain deviations are going to work better for them, and that's fine, but we always start with the basics. You build from the basics, and then you find your individual sweet spots, your individual techniques to get the results you're looking for. And the press we're going to be doing here is an all-around general press, whether it's for strength athletes, bodybuilders, whatever. Now the other thing is, the way that I'm going to demonstrate this, we are trying to activate additional muscles besides the delts. We're trying to involve the entire shoulder girdle. We're trying, which it would include even the trapezius. We're trying to put a heavy recruitment on the triceps, like all presses should do. All presses should be increasing the size and strength of your triceps. You shouldn't do a press unless that's one of your goals. Just go do an isolation movement. And we're trying to recruit the upper chest and build it for that also. And a lot of people who do enough overhead pressing volume don't necessarily need incline work depending upon their goals, as long as overhead pressing volume is sufficient and the technique is right. And again, people will say, well, I'm not interested in doing those, I press for my delts. And that's a bodybuilder mentality that's going to make you spend a lot more time doing fluff exercises that you don't need, because you're not trying to get as much overlap as possible. If you're trying to just focus on your delts and you don't care about building all these other muscles, then go do a lateral raise of some type with a dumbbell or a cable, if that's all you're trying to do. Big heavy compounds should increase everything. Now, one of the things I'm going to do that's going to throw people off is going to be, I'm going to use a false grip on this, and I recommend that because it allows you to get more tricep in the middle, which will let you push up a heavier weight, which will give you more overload in general, and particularly on the eccentric rep, that's going to let you put a heavier load on the delts on the way down, and you'll notice the difference when you do that. But by going heavier, by getting the triceps more on the concentric, you'll get more delt stimulation that you will actually feel on the eccentric rep as a result of it. And I also recommend a fairly narrow grip, and again, that is to make sure that you get tricep and chest activation and that you can lift a heavier weight while maintaining good form. So what we do, we take a thumb over grip, and I'll demonstrate more of this from the side in a minute. We duck under like this, unrack it, step back. You want to keep your feet inside of shoulder width, toes slightly out. I find that people who take a wider stance on this experience more lower back pain. And remember, this narrower grip is also easier on the rotator cuff. So elbows forward, clean grip, deep breath, press, lock it out. Come down, you should let it touch your upper chest so that you get a stretch at the bottom. Pause, press, lock it out. And again, note where I'm positioned. I am actually using a grip that is inside the smooths. My pointer finger is on the smooths, so I am definitely inside of shoulder width, or right at shoulder width, and that's really where you want it to hit the most different muscles effectively with the press. So let's demonstrate this from the side now. Okay, the same thing, you come up to it. Notice my wrists rack backwards like this with the false grip, and I actually have the bar right here, similar to what I demonstrated for you guys in the bench press video. So the false grip, you come under, and I'm actually having trouble with range of motion because of this microphone. Okay, deep breath, press, and you pull your head forward. The main thing is that on the way up and down, your head needs to come back and forth. So you pull the head back at the bottom, and once it clears the head, you push your head forward so that you can lock the bar out correctly and work all of the delts. But the thing that you're concerned with there is hitting your own head. So you need to start with the head back, and as you come up, bring the head forward. And you'll notice that I start with my torso back, but then the torso comes forward as you get under the weight. So I'll demonstrate that for you guys one more time. So you start torso back, torso and head come forward, and you lock it out, and then pull the head back on the way back down. And that's a big fear for a lot of guys, is hitting their face, but once you get into the groove of doing the lift, you'll never hit your chin again. It's just a matter of positioning your head and your shoulders correctly on the way up and down, and once you get into the groove, you'll be perfectly fine. And so that is the basic press, and that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it has been informative, and I will talk to you guys next time.